All right, welcome. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the most powerful and, frankly, most misunderstood ideas in all of AI. We're going to dive deep into the secret engine that's making it possible for AI to leap from being a simple chatbot to a full-blown autonomous system that can actually reason, plan, and act out in the real world. And look, this isn't just hype. This quote from IBM's chief scientist really just nails it. The game is changing. We're moving way beyond just asking questions and getting answers. We are officially stepping into the era of AI agents. So, what exactly are these agents we're talking about? Well, at their core, they're AI programs that don't just sit there and respond, they act. They can take a goal you give them, break it down into smaller steps, figure out the best way to get it done, and then actually execute that plan, all on their own. And believe me, this isn't some far-off sci-fi stuff. It is happening right now. You've got major companies putting these agents to work on some incredibly complex jobs. We're talking Rolls-Royce using them to run workflows, Wells Fargo automating the analysis of mountains of legal documents. Wealthfront is even letting them manage investment portfolios. The power here is real, and it's incredibly versatile. Okay, so this has to make you wonder, right? How did we get here? How did we go from asking, hey, what's the capital of France, to an AI that can run a company's entire marketing strategy? What is the secret sauce that makes this massive jump even possible? The answer, and you might find this a little surprising, is a discipline called prompt engineering. But it is probably not what you think it is. We have to go so much deeper than just figuring out how to ask a good question. You know, when most of us hear prompt engineering, we think, okay, it's the art of writing a clever question to get a better answer from a chatbot. But the reality, it's so much bigger than that. As the experts from O'Reilly put it, it's actually the entire discipline of building the whole application around the large language model. This definition just changes everything, doesn't it? It's not just about the prompt itself. It's about building this whole transformation layer. It's a system that takes messy, real-world problems and translates them into a very specific kind of text that the model can finally understand and do something about. It is a genuine engineering discipline. So, to really get a handle on prompt engineering, we first have to understand something really fundamental about how these large language models, these LLMs, actually, work on the inside. Okay, if you were to pop the hood on one of these things, this is what you'd see: the transformer architecture. And yeah, it looks absolutely insane, right? All these layers of multi-head attention and feed-forward networks, and it is incredibly complex. But, and this is the important part, for what we need to know, we can boil its main job down to something surprisingly simple. This right here, this is probably the single most important idea you need to grasp about this whole technology. At the end of the day, these massive, brilliant models are just incredibly sophisticated mimics. They are not thinking the way we think of thinking. They are completing patterns based on the trillions of words they've already seen. And you don't even have to take my word for it. Just look at what happens when you ask ChatGPT itself what it does. It tells you straight up, its main goal is just to predict the probability of the next word. It's like the most ridiculously powerful autocomplete you've ever seen. So this core idea leads to what the O'Reilly book calls the Little Red Riding Hood principle, which I love. If you want the model to get to grandma's house, you can't just drop it in the middle of nowhere. You have to put it on a path that looks familiar, a path it's seen before in its training. The real art of prompt engineering is crafting your input so it looks like the beginning of a document it already knows how to finish. Okay, so if these things are just really, really good mimics, how in the world do we get them to do something complex like, I don't know, reason or use a tool? Well, the trick is you have to engineer your prompts to make them mimic the process of reasoning itself. And two absolutely brilliant techniques for this are chain of thought and react. Chain of thought is so simple but so effective. You just tell the model to think step by step. Forcing it to write out its reasoning actually makes its final answer better. Then react takes it to the next level. It creates a loop where the model can reason, then act, like call an outside tool, and then observe the result to figure out what to do next. And this loop, this react cycle, is the absolute core of how an agent thinks. It gets a task. First, it stops and it thinks, breaking the problem down. Then it acts. Maybe it uses a search engine to get the latest stock price. Then it observes what came back. And then it repeats the whole cycle, using that new info to make its plan better and get one step closer to its goal. We've basically engineered an internal monologue for it. And boom, this is where it all comes together. This is how we connect everything back to those super powerful agents we saw at the beginning. It's these advanced prompting techniques that are the engine driving this entire new wave of agentic AI. So what you end up with are these incredible workflows, right? It's like a little company of AIs. You have a main orchestrator agent that's like the manager, breaking down the big goal. Then you have specialized agents, who are the experts on smaller tasks. They all use tools and APIs to get real-world information, and they have memory so they can learn as they go. The whole thing just hums along, powered by these carefully engineered prompt loops. And listen, this isn't some little niche thing for tech geeks. This is happening, and it's happening fast. Research from Gemini shows that the business world is jumping on this. By 2027, they expect a quarter of all business processes will be handled by these autonomous agents. Think about that. 1 out of every 4 things a business does. This is a huge shift in how work gets done. There's this quote from Terry Pratchett that just perfectly sums up where we are right now. The whole world is tap dancing on quicksand. The prize goes to the best dancer. The ground beneath our feet is shifting. It's unstable, maybe even a little scary. But for the people who learn the new steps, who learn how to dance on it, the opportunities are just incredible. So that really leaves us with one big question, doesn't it? As this technology gets smarter and these agents get more and more capable, all powered by this sophisticated new form of engineering, who are the best dancers going to be? Who are the ones that are going to master this and build what comes next? Thanks for joining me.